Hello world, I have this. This is a Taurus double action 357 Magnum revolver. It's basically a pretty cheap revolver, the kind you'd probably buy right off the bat if you weren't looking to spend a lot of money but still get a decent revolver. Not all of these revolvers have good durability and things like that going for them, especially when you look at reviews, but this one has never failed me. And for its price point, I'm really not going to get into whether or not they're considered a good revolver or a bad revolver. For its price point, I'm getting what I paid for. Mine has a full-length barrel, full 6 inches. It has 7 empty 7 slots for bullets for the cylinder. And because it's double action, you carry 7, load 7. When you get into older single actions, you have to leave one chamber empty. And double action, for anyone out there who doesn't know, basically just means when you pull the trigger, the hammer pulls back itself, or you could simply pull the hammer back and release it yourself. The trigger pull is kind of the same on every revolver. People tend to talk about the trigger pull on revolvers, but really, you're never going to have a trigger pull as good on a pistol when you're double action shooting. You can talk about the single action trigger pull all you want, but when it comes to double action, because you have to cock the hammer, I don't really consider that necessary to talk about. So it being a 357 Magnum revolver means that it takes a 357 Magnum cartridge, or it can also take a 38 Special cartridge, which is what I usually fire out of this gun. I think I've only shot a 357 once just to experience what it was like. And it's really not necessary for me to shoot 357 Magnum out of this because I just take it to the range all the time. I don't need to fire expensive ammo out of this. However, if I were to take this hunting, I would definitely fill it with 357 Magnums and, keep myself safe with it. Most of the hollow points you'll find for these guns will typically come in 38 Special, not 357 Magnum. I don't know if that's done for legal reasons, but most likely it's to prevent overexpansion of the round when it's fired out. Of course, to operate the revolver, you start by loading it, push forward this little button, pop out your cylinder. If there's already shells in it, you can pump your pumper, whatever it's called, my brain goes blank, and you can load your 7 shots. You then re-index the revolver with your hand by touching this part. I can't remember what this is called. I'm sure I'll remember it the second I go up and start editing. But you basically use your thumb to index that back in, and then you rotate the cylinder. Let me show you how that's done. Then you rotate the cylinder until it locks in place. I don't suggest cowboying this, and what a lot of people will do, you'll see a lot of people who pick up a revolver the first time, they'll do what they see in the video games and the movies. They'll spin it, and then they'll do that number to get it in there. And I did it very softly on this one. But a lot of people will do it so fast that they'll actually damage this small part of the revolver in here. And especially on larger revolvers, that small little the stopper does not get any bigger, so it's going to cause damage. And really this is all I can show you from far away. So let's get you up closer so you can really take a look at this thing. And I have to say, it is a good-looking revolver up close. It's all black, which some people find ugly. I might get some wood furniture on this thing eventually, but for now that rubber grip does an excellent job. This is not a revolver you could reasonably conceal carry, but Taurus does make concealed carry variants of this revolver, firing 6 shots and 5 shots, and I think they go as low as 4 shots, but don't quote me on that. This revolver on a bigger person could reasonably be concealed, but on a smaller person, such as myself, or a medium-sized person, they would most likely need to half conceal it. In order to half conceal a revolver, that basically just means you have it in the holster, but this little tip is obviously sticking out of your pants line within the holster. Everyone pretty much knows you have a gun, but it's halfway hidden, they don't see it right away, and you absolutely need a concealed carry to half conceal a large gun like this. I'm not sure why you'd carry a large gun like this. It might make more sense if you live within a city or someplace where the gun is mostly to deter attacks rather than defend yourself from them. But to each their own, I guess. The sights are nothing special. It's actually kind of hard to see them. They're not lit up, and I might put a splash of white on here myself to get the black on the white. However, the extra length of the barrel actually does help these sights because there's a little bit of space in between the far sight and the back sight that you can zoom in on with your eyes. And when you get those spaces even, you're dead on the money. However, if I were to shorten the barrel length and pull this sight closer to these, that would disappear. So I am probably going to put a splash of orange or white on here one day. But that is the 357 revolver from Taurus. Before I go, I do have the ability to show you me shooting this revolver real fast. I shot 2 water bottles. I couldn't help it. I love this gun. And getting to fire a hollow point out of this gun is a very rare occasion. I only do it on film, obviously, because it makes the stuff explode better on film and it's more entertaining. So, with that being said, I'm going to be saying for now, bye-bye.